Hey everyone, it is Habetler here with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing a full breakdown with some fun little team builds, of course. That's what we do here for Garlic in Gohan. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And of course, we have the AGL Dokkan Festival exclusive Kid Gohan. But first, before we look into that unit, which is a great unit, I think the more valuable unit is the Int Super Garlic Jr. And why is he so valuable? Well, he is a unconditional extreme class ally support unit at 40%. That's right, no category restriction, no this person needs to be on the team, whatever. It is straight up 40% extreme class allies. Put them on the team, you're good to go. And then of course you have also Garlic Jr. as the SSR there, so hey, you can run both, right? So same name. I know if it was Garlic Jr., but at least it links a little bit. So, and this unit overall is a solid non-Dokkan Festival exclusive. And I actually really think they should have just did the Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Garlic Jr. and probably would have made the Gohan a little bit more of a non-Dokkan Festival exclusive secondary unit. I'm not too hyped on Gohan, even though he's a great unit. We'll talk about him in a second. But it just would have been nice to see another Dokkan Festival exclusive extreme unit, right? So, especially if they would have boosted this, up a little bit more, because this is already pretty solid. So leader skills, heavily events, key +3 HP, attack and defense 120%. Super and heavily events, we'll talk about it. It's very limited. Super attack is death impact, greatly raises attack, which is the Kaioken mechanic, unlimitedly, and will continue to stack upon each other. So the longer this event goes on, he can do quite a bit of damage and causes supreme damage to enemies. So see, if it was a Dokkan Festival exclusive, he'll do immense damage, right? So passive skill, Loser's Revenge. Attack is 160% to attack and defense. And the reason why it's like, you might think that that's kind of high. Well, if you look at the attack stats, only at 12.8. And then plus an additional attack and defense 60% and a medium chance of stunning the attacked enemy when attacking super class enemies. So yes, super class, they're going to get beat down a little bit harder with attack and defense 60% with that stunning chance there, which is nice. And then that unconditional extreme class allies, key +3 attack and defense 40%. And then why not just add a little 10% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received, right? So solid non-Dokkan Festival exclusive. So link skills, demonic ways, metamorphosis, big bad bosses, which is kind of funny. We think of Super Garlic Jr., we think of Dead Zone movie, right? But this Super Garlic Jr. is actually based off the arc versus the movie. That's why in the categories you don't see big bad, or you don't see movie bosses, which is kind of a shame. They should have just combined both. We'll talk about categories in a second. That's been kind of my pet peeve for a little bit when it comes to Dokkan. So yeah, Big Bad Bosses, Revival, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, and Fierce Battle, which is a solid link set for extreme class unit. Categories, Resurrected Warriors, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, not too many extreme units, I guess enough. Time Travelers, there's enough there, like Rose and stuff like that. Terrifying Conquerors, we'll talk about that in a second. Revenge and Heavily Events, just super limited. I'll probably use the word limited like a bunch of times in this video here. Stats 14,000 HP, 12.8 for attack, and defense is pretty good at 11.2. So once again, overall, I think a very valuable unit. Let's look at one team that just jumped out to me because I was like, wow, this is actually kind of cool. Is a full support team. Like every single one of these units support in one way or the other a certain unit. Now, of course, if you are running like the Strength Bojack doesn't boost Super Garlic Jr. because he's not a space traveling warrior, but it's going to coincide with a lot of other teams here. So using the Strength Cooler team, this is just a really fun team. I don't think there's any other team that everybody is a level of some sort of support on the team in one way or the other. And of course, Super Garlic Jr. 40% unconditional. You got the Boo with the 50%. You got the Demon Goddess of Thickness. She supports very well, and really just everyone else, right? So yeah, really strong. And I was going to do a bunch of these teams, but if you just look at the category for Super Garlic Jr., you look at Resurrected Warriors, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, like I said, might be a little bit limited there. Time Travelers, Terrifying Conquerors, Revenge, Heavily Events, once again limited. It's going to be best in slot if you're going to be running an extreme team. right? Best in slot as a support unit, that is. It's a no-brainer, right, on all those teams. Resurrect Gord is going to get a really nice boost with this unit here. It already has a bunch of support units, but this is still, once again, very, very solid. And like you just saw, Transformation Boost and Terrifying Conquerors. Boom. There you go. Very, very fun team. So, like I said, very valuable unit. And good luck for those summoning for this unit here. Once again, it is going to be on future banners forever and ever because it's a non-Dokkan Festival exclusive. Now, let's talk about the Dokkan Festival exclusive, and that is the Gohan. And you can see the card arts here. The left-hand side is the SSR. TR's on the right-hand side there. I really, really love the card art, right? This is one of those card arts that I was like, wow, both of them are really, really good. Not just the SSR, because sometimes the TR kind of looks a little funky. But love, Krillin and Piccolo in the background there. So let's look at the stats in of itself. Power to protect allies, Kid Gohan. I know it's kind of small. I will make it bigger. And it's still kind of small, so I have to zoom twice because there's so much here. It's like it just keeps on going on this unit here. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm not overly hyped on this unit. And I'll tell you some of the issues I have with it. But, the leader skill, heavily events is... You're going to hear this a lot. Limited. The bench strength is just not very, very strong. It's 170% across the board with Key +3. It does have the Bana Master Disciple, which it really needs because of the limitation of heavily events, but only at 150. And I think after 6-year anniversary, we should not have any secondary leader skill 150% anymore. Everything should be at least 170%. That's what I believe in at this point in time. They're just kind of milking us at this 170% category after category after category, and then just throwing in this secondary 150. I know we have another 170% leader, and it might reduce the value of Future Gohan, but Future Gohan has been around for a long time. That's fine. Bring another 170%. Give us a little bit more flexibility and versatility and options. Please, Bandai and Akatsuki. So enough with that portion of it. That's a problem I have with this unit. But the super attack and the unit super attack is actually very good. Full power Masenko. It does stack defense at 30%, so it hits extremely, extremely strong. And really, this is a very good defensive unit. It does great damage as well, but defensively, it's pretty incredible. Causes immense damage with a medium chance of stunning the enemy, which is going to help out in SBR. The unit super attack is actually very good. It also still stacks defense at 30%, does increase attack, the SA multiplier by 50% for 1 turn, and then gives you a high chance, which is a 50% chance, of stunning the enemy. Very strong there. Now, to activate this, you need to have either a Piccolo or a Krillin on the same team, which is beneficial, right? It's not on the same turn, which I kind of don't like, especially on unit super attacks here. But again, limitation. Not too many teams that you're going to find this unit and Krillin and Piccolo on the same team, right? So there's one team that you can run a Krillin on. I'll show you that team in a bit. And then Piccolo, of course, on heavily events. So that's pretty much about it. Passive skill. Gohan's Determination. Built very well, if I must say here. Defense, 158%. Don't have to super attack. It's just right there, right? Start of the turn, boom, 158%. Really strong. Attack is 158% when performing a super attack. Makes sense, no problem there. Plus an additional attack and defense 58% when there's another heavily events category ally attacking the same turn. Not a huge fan of attacking the same turn, but it makes sense here because they kind of try to really force you into using the heavily events units to beef up this AGL Gohan. And then you get this something a little extra, plus an additional attack 58% and stuns the attacked enemy when performing a super attack after receiving an attack. And all allies key +3 and defense 58%. So this is a great unit to have in the first spot, right? First spot in the turn, because once you get attacked, you're gonna get that nice extra boost there, and then when you do your super attack, that 58% and stunning the attacked enemy, that's really, really strong, especially on Super Battle Road, right? And then the allies key +3, 58%. That's really, really strong. And if you're gonna put this in the first spot, it's just gonna help out everybody on the team. So yeah, defensively a beast of a unit, being able to do some decent damage as well. And on top of that, just let's add some more defensive benefits here. The light shield active skill, pretty easy to activate. HP under 58% when you're in a little trouble. You get 30% HP back. You get guard against all attacks, plus you get all allies defense 20% for 2 turns, right? So run rotation and the other rotation. So just like I said, built very well. Leader skill, could have just did 170% to Bond Master Disciple. Link skills, a little bit less to be desired here. It has Innocence, Demonic Ways, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Gauge Respect, Fierce Battle. I think like the best Link partner for him is like Kid Icarus, but you can only run like Kid Icarus and this unit on like one other team. But then you have like Future Gohan's like 4 links, and then Int Gotenks is like 4 links. So once again, not anything that you can get 6 on. So again, limited. Drink when you hear the word limited. Categories. All right. So before, when this initially came out on the preview, right, it had only 5 categories, and I've said this many a times for the past couple months. Don't release Akatsuki Bandai. Don't release any units that have less than 6 categories, because we have 74 categories in the game right now. 74, that's a lot. All right, and at least give us the opportunity to run on 6 different teams. I would say now 8 should be the minimum, because we have so many categories, but this has 6. It really only has 5 because they added Planetary Destruction, and you're not going to run this unit on Planetary Destruction. It doesn't kind of make any sense really at all. It's a Broly team, right? So, but you do have Hybrid Saiyans, Goku's family, which, you know, works out fine. Youth, Bond of Master and Disciple, Planetary Destruction, like I mentioned before, not very useful there, and then Heavily Events. Yeah, I guess I do have a problem with those categories. They could have added a few more on there, you know, Exploding Rage or something, just something that, once again, give us more variety. So we're spending Dragon Stones, we're spreading in-game currency, maybe spending some real money as well. This is a 6+ year game. let's beef it up a little bit, right? So Akatsuki Bandai, if you do hear me, I think everyone would agree, more and more categories for newer characters. Like Videl, which is like ridiculous. You can run her on four categories, which is crazy. So anyway, the stats here is 18.8 for HP, attack 15.9, and defense 11.7. So not like overly, you know, great on the stats. 18.8 is actually pretty good on HP. So anyway, tell me what you guys think with this Gohan in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and go into the team building now, and go over some options and do some fun little team builds. So first and foremost, let's look at the super heavily events units here. And of course, you are going to be running a Piccolo, right? Because you're going to get that extra 58% to attack and defense, you definitely want to run a Piccolo on the team. I did put the free-to-play one. I'm guessing this is going to TUR, you know, because this unit here is a support unit for heavily events, but we're only at 20%. I'm guessing it'll go up to 30%, even maybe 40% there. And being in JP, same name, yeah, it won't link well, but you can still run it on the same team. Now, this is probably going to be the best linking partner here on using the heavily events right here in the Gotenks with the Gohan. But you know, I don't know, this guy's probably not going to link very well with anybody. But still, you know, you're going to run at least one LR on this team here, because they only have 2 options anyway. So you have Goten and Trunks, or the AGL LR Gohan. So you take your pick on there, or put someone else on here. Now, I hope what they do is actually EZA this unit here, the Kami, and make him a full support, possibly for heavily events, and then he's a double orb changer. I think this would be a really, really great unit for them to EZA. Hopefully that could be the case. Maybe like a special event or something for that. So that'll be great there. But like you can see, limited. Flexibility and bench strength is very weak on heavily events. That's why you need Bond Master's Disciple. We'll talk about some of those units in a bit. If you wanted to run an extreme team and you wanted to bring the Super Garlic Jr., yeah, good luck. You're going to be bringing in just a bunch of boos, and then hopefully rainbow your Super Garlic Jr. and have a SSR on the side here. So that's it's not much option, unfortunately. So once again, it's going to be future. Heavenly Events is heavily on the super side of things. Now, if you're going to add Bond Master Disciple, let's go ahead and take a look at the LR team. Me always show all the LRs. There's 2 LRs where we're hoping to get a EZA here, but we'll talk about that in a second. But of course, this is probably the best unit on the LR that you can use for Bond Master's Disciple, but only running at 150 again, so a little bit weaker on there. But I'm hoping that these 2 units right here, Trunks and Piccolo, this is the Prime Battle free to play. That's basically the next one after the Prime Battle Frieza just got boosted up there. And then this Piccolo, this useless Piccolo, this Piccolo has been useless, I don't know, forever. So do you guys remember a time you used LR Piccolo for anything? Maybe for like a month, maybe, like when it came out. It is time. Get him something so we can use. And you look back on the unit there, like the card art is still amazing, right? The card art is still really cool. Please help out that Piccolo and give him his Extreme Z Awakening. He probably needs it most of all. So some other LRs you can use here, but once again, still very limited and not like very high-end LRs, except for like this unit here and then Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So those are your LR options to build some teams. You can run a Goku fam. So here's a Goku fam team that you can run here. Now the biggest problem with the Goku fam team, this unit will link with this one very well, with the AGL Gohan very well, is you're not being able to run a Piccolo or Krillin, right? So not being able to run either of those 2 units, you're not going to get the unit super attack, which is a lot less weaker for the unit super attack. Did I say, yeah, over here I said this was going to buff at 58%. All these units are going to buff them at 58% on here. This was just helps with this unit super attack. I totally misspoke there. Anyway, you guys probably didn't care. So another fun team you can run is oh, by the way, yeah, there's a bunch of Goku Blues down here that you can run. So Super Saiyan Blue Gokus, yes, on the Goku's family, but mostly that's just on Bond Master Disciple. You can run an Android Cell team, except for the AGL Gohan. Everybody else here is an Android Cell team, and then here's the Piccolo for the unit super attack. You can run here. But this is one of those rare occasions where, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and run these 2 units together. You don't really get to run those 2 units together because this Trunks does do a lot more with a future Gohan on the team. But yeah, this was just a almost Android Cell Saga team that you can run, so kind of fun there. The AGL team was surprisingly, like, again, limited, the less flexibility on there. Not too many Bond Master Disciple units. Heavenly Events is, like I said, very, very, very weak on AGL units, and this is pretty much about it. So could you do much with it? I'm not sure. The Gohan is like the best unit on here, and yeah, anyway, that's the AGL team, the Super AGL team. Now the only team that I am going to show you that's not the Gohan as a leader, right? Usually when I do these videos, the one that I'm focusing on is the leader, is this team here. And the reason why I'm showing this team here is because the unit super attack is available using Krillin. Like, you're like, hey, I can use Piccolo, but Krillin's not on a heavenly events, right? So where do we use him? So this is really the only other team, because he's on a Savior category, and you have a Savior's Hybrid Saiyans team here that you can run with the Gohan, and then Gohan's going to be able to get that unit super attack. So this is, in a sense, the team you can run. And when you're running a Hybrid Saiyans team anyway, transforming Ultimate Gohan is the cream of the crop, on this team. So anyway, just wanted to show you this. If you wanted to know where you're able to use a Krillin, here's where you're able to use a Krillin. So that's pretty much about it. That is my full breakdown for this this interesting unit. Not like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the unit, but I guess they got to do something. I would have preferred a Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Garlic Jr. instead of this Gohan here. But for you Gohan fans out there, hopefully you will pull this unit and enjoy. But with that, tell me what you guys think about all the teams, and of course, I probably missed something, so feel free to comment in the comment section below. But if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we will catch you next time. Later.